Imagine a world long before us, a world ruled by giants. This was the Late Cretaceous period, a time of lush forests, sprawling plains, and creatures so colossal they would dwarf anything alive today. Our story begins in one such forest, where the sun filters through the leaves of giant ferns, casting dappled light on the forest floor. Here, in a hidden nest made of mud and leaves, a small creature is about to begin its journey. With a tiny crack, then another, a baby Tyrannosaurus Rex, whom we'll call Rexie, breaks free from his eggshell. He's not the fearsome king we imagine. He's small, covered in soft, downy feathers, and utterly dependent on his mother. Rexie's mother is a magnificent sight. 30 feet long, with a massive head and teeth like railroad spikes, she is the apex predator of her time. But to Rexie, she is warmth, food, and safety. She nudges him gently with her enormous snout, a surprisingly tender gesture for such a powerful beast. Rexie and his siblings chirp and tumble around her massive feet, a fuzzy, chaotic ball of energy. Their early days are a blur of learning. They watch their mother hunt, learning the art of the ambush. They practice pouncing on lizards and large insects, their tiny roars more like squeaks. Rexie is a quick learner, curious and bold. He often wanders a little too far from the nest, his mother's deep, rumbling call always pulling him back to safety. One afternoon, while his mother is away hunting, a shadow falls over the nest. A different kind of dinosaur, a sleek and cunning Dromaeosaurus, has found them. It's much smaller than their mother, but to the hatchlings, it's a terrifying monster, with a wicked, curved claw on each foot. Panic scatters the siblings. Rexie, driven by a surge of instinct, doesn't just run. He turns and lets out the loudest, fiercest squeak he can manage. It's not much, but it's a challenge. The Dromaeosaurus, surprised by this tiny creature's audacity, hesitates for just a second. That second is all it takes. A deafening roar shatters the air, shaking the very ground. Rexie's mother has returned. She crashes through the clearing, a terrifying vision of parental fury. The Dromaeosaurus, no match for an angry T-Rex, turns and vanishes into the undergrowth as quickly as it appeared. His mother nudges Rexie, checking him over before gathering her scattered brood. That day, Rexie learned a vital lesson. Courage isn't about size, it's about standing your ground. As months turn into a few years, Rexie grows. His downy feathers are replaced by tough, scaly skin, and his squeaks deepen into growls. He's now a juvenile, a lanky, awkward teenager in the world of dinosaurs. He and his remaining siblings are no longer confined to the nest. They follow their mother on her patrols, a formidable family unit. They learn the geography of their territory, the wide river that provides fresh water, the open plains where herds of triceratops graze, and the dense forests that offer cover. Rexie watches his mother take down an Edmontosaurus, a massive plant eater. He sees the power, the strategy, and the raw force required. He knows that one day he will have to do this on his own. This time of learning is also a time of great danger. The world is full of threats. One day, a massive Ankylosaurus, a living tank covered in bony armor with a clubbed tail, wanders too close. Rexie, overconfident, lunges forward. He's met not with fear, but with a swing of that mighty tail club. He leaps back just in time, the club smashing into a tree trunk with a sickening crack. The impact sends splinters flying and a jolt of pain through his leg. He limps away, humbled and with a newfound respect for herbivores. Not all plant eaters are easy prey. As Rexie approaches adolescence, a new instinct begins to stir. It's time for him to leave his mother and forge his own path. This is a natural, yet difficult, part of a T-Rex's life. One morning, the familiar rumbling call that once meant safety now means goodbye. His mother looks at him, a long, steady gaze, then turns and walks away, leaving him to face the world alone. Loneliness is a new and unsettling feeling. The world suddenly seems much bigger and more menacing. For weeks, Rexie struggles. He's clumsy in his hunts, often going hungry. He's chased out of territories by larger, more established tyrannosaurs. He bears the scars of his failures. A long gash on his flank from a triceratops horn, a chipped tooth from a botched attack. But with each failure, he learns. He learns to use the terrain to his advantage, to read the wind, to understand the habits of his prey. He learns patience, a virtue he didn't possess as a hatchling. He's no longer just a brute. He's becoming a strategic hunter. His body is catching up with his ambition. He's growing into the immense size and power of his species. His roar is no longer a growl. It's a thunderous proclamation that shakes the trees and sends smaller creatures scattering. One season, the rains fail to come. The river shrinks, the plants wither, and the great herds of herbivores move on in search of greener pastures. Hunger becomes a constant companion for all predators. It is during this desperate time that Rexie encounters his greatest challenge. Drawn by the scent of a carcass, he enters a dry, rocky canyon. There he finds another male T-Rex, larger and older, guarding the kill. The old king is scarred and battle-worn, a veteran of countless fights. He issues a low, guttural warning, but Rexie is starving, and his youthful strength is peaking. He can't back down. What follows is a battle of titans. They circle each other, roaring challenges that echo off the canyon walls. They charge, a collision of muscle and bone that feels like an earthquake. They bite and shove, each trying to find a weakness in the other. Rexie is faster, but the older male is stronger and more experienced. He lands a powerful bite on Rexie's shoulder, sending a shock of agony through him. For a moment, it seems Rexie will lose. But then, he remembers the lessons of his life, the courage he found as a hatchling, the respect he learned from the Ankylosaurus, the patience he developed while hunting alone. He dodges another attack, and using his powerful legs, shoves the older male off balance. He seizes the opportunity, locking his massive jaws onto the other's neck. The fight is over. Rexie, battered and bleeding but victorious, stands over his hard-won meal. He has not just won a fight for food, he has claimed his own territory. He has become the king. The years pass, the rains return, and the land flourishes once more. Rexie is now in his prime, a magnificent and awe-inspiring ruler of his domain. He is the ultimate predator, a perfectly evolved hunter at the top of the food chain. He patrols his territory, the memory of his journey, from a tiny, feathered hatchling to a powerful king, etched into his very being. His roars are no longer just a sound of dominance, but a testament to survival, a story of growth, and a legacy written into the fabric of a lost world. He is Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Tyrant Lizard King, and his story is a reminder of the incredible, fierce, and beautiful life that once thrived on our planet. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more adventures into the prehistoric world. Let us know in the comments what dinosaur story you'd like to see next. Until then, stay curious.